Yo, what's good, Josh? Wavy head, y'all. 2026 coming back with a video because I ain't posting a minute. You feel me? I ain't posting about a good 4 months, but what's been happening in that past 4 months? So that big ass transition from high school to college, that shit was a little bit fucking hectic. But I ain't gonna lie, man, I'm chilling like a villain in college. You feel me? If y'all watch my story, y'all already know I'm having fun in that bitch. Real talk. But I gotta give y'all a little fucking story time on what the fuck happened on prom night. Like real shit. I can't think of no other video or no other topic or nothing. But right now, I really want to give y'all story time on what the fuck happened on prom night. So without further ado, let's get into the intro. All right, y'all. Here's the story time on what the fuck happened on prom night. You feel me? All right. So early in the morning or whatever like that, we getting our tickets and shit. So we gotta go back to the school, get our tickets, I get my little ticket and shit. So the week before prom, right, I had got a literally a last minute date or whatever like that. Like somebody to go with. All that shit, all green, you feel me? So the day of, this my first time meeting a girl. Mind you, I did not know the girl at all. I only knew her name. That's it. I ain't know shit about her. I ain't know where the fuck she from. None of that. I just knew her name. Mind you, this was my cousin friend or whatever like that. But it's like, I still ain't know her to begin with. I just knew her name, like I said. So, me and my mom or whatever, I have my cousins and stuff like that. They helping me decorate my porch and shit. I was chilling. My prom suit came out fire. And the fact that I was able to go to prom on my grandmother's birthday is fucking crazy. Because out of all my cousins, that never happened. But for me, that shit happens. Fucking number one for that shit. You feel me? That's for one. Two, what happened? Two, I had a hairstyle that I never tried. So the fact that I tried that shit and I kind of liked it, I might get that shit again. So shout out to my fucking hairstylist. Get your fucking hair done by honesty, fuck. Because if you ain't with honesty, I don't know what the fuck you doing. So that's really number two. But like I was saying, we decorating the porch and shit. I got this brand new ass speaker, for my music and stuff like that. And then that's when it hit me, like, I'm overwhelmed about all the shit that's going on and shit like that. It was a lot of people there, everybody just in and out of the house just running. Mind you, I'm not even dressed yet or whatever like that. So, couple hours go by or whatever like that. They telling me it's almost 6, you gotta start getting dressed, all that good shit. I'm like, all right, bet. I'll start getting my little 1-2s on and stuff like that. And while I'm in my room, my mother just looking at me or whatever. She was like, are you okay? And I'm like, nah, son ain't right. Alright, I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. The girl that like I said, the girl that I'm going to prom with, I did not know the girl. Was that my actual prom date? Not really, because that wasn't the girl that I was planning on going to prom with. It was actually somebody else, but, it had, it kind of worked out and it kind of didn't at the same time, but it's like, fuck. So it's like I had to work with what the fuck I got. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm kind of nervous. Cause mind y'all, if y'all know me like for real, I'm not the type to be around too many people unless I know who they are. You get what I'm saying? And if I do know who they are, I don't really like being the center of attention. Like a lot of people should know that, and if you don't, that social anxiety shit, that shit gets to you in the last quick second or before the event fucking happens. You about to be like, oh my fucking God, I'm around too many fucking people. You get what I'm saying? So that's kind of where my headspace was or whatever. So I'm getting fully dressed now and I'm like, damn, like my grandmother not here. My job, I'm going to prom on my birthday and shit. So on her birthday and shit, on her birthday. And it's kind of like, damn, she really not here or whatever. So the fact that I was able to customize my suit, have her on the back of my suit, it was kind of cool too. But I wish that she was here in that moment because she would have knew what the fuck to do to calm me down. So as I'm about to walk down or whatever, my father had come up to check on me because he noticed that I was a little out of my element. But it's like, he wanted to make sure I was cool and shit. And I'm like, Dad, this shit don't feel right. Like, it just don't. Or whatever like that. And he like, what's wrong? I'm like, I can't. I'm nervous as hell. Like, I'm shaking, y'all. I was really shaking because it's like, damn, everybody about to be looking at me. So eventually, me and my cousin, we got the music right, and I started walking down or whatever like that. My mom had got the girl or whatever that she gave me she gave me some flowers. I gave her some flowers and shit like that for her to get. I gave it to her and shit like that. Now, here's where the shit is about to start elevating up into the crazy shit. All right, so we get to driving. My pops is driving us or whatever like that. And I was on the phone with my friend and shit. I wasn't talking to the girl because it's like, I'm a little shy. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what to say. I don't know how to fucking conversate. None of that shit. I'm on the phone with friend. I said, friend, why you ain't come or whatever? She was like, friend, I had to watch my little sister. You know how that be. You feel me? It's all good. You feel me? It's all good. Mind y'all, the day of my prom, it was raining. I'm not gonna lie. It was cold as fuck outside. We set up the tent before I even walked out. The fucking wind kept blowing away the tent. Like, it was fucking crazy. I didn't even have an umbrella. Real niggas don't even have umbrellas. Like, real talk. But it was crazy. But like I said, we in the car and shit. I ain't talking to the girl. I'm on the phone. Long story short, I end up realizing that I ain't have the tickets. So that's what made us come back or whatever like that. So the minute that we had got back to the house, I had to run up, get the tickets or whatever like that. The girl was like, I don't want to go. She felt uncomfortable. And I'm like, how? I didn't know what to say at that given point, but it's like, if you didn't want to go, you didn't want to go. I'm not going to force you to go. Mind you, like I said, I don't know this girl. Neither do she know me. I only knew her name, and that was my first ever time meeting her on my prom day. So I end up going by myself. I'm in the car chilling with my pops and shit like that. I get to the venue, bro. Everybody looking good as hell, you feel me? We put our little 1 2s together for prom on some real shit, you feel me? I get in there, everybody looking at on the back of my prom suit or whatever, because they realized it was different, you feel me? I ain't gonna lie, I really did some different shit. Like, I did some shit that you ain't really never seen before. So the fact that I was getting noticed for that shit, I was like, yeah. So the principal or whatever, I think she like, I'm not gonna say she the principal. I think she like she like the vice principal or something like that. Maybe not the vice principal, but she had a son. I just don't know. I don't know if she part of the principal or whatever like that, but she is one of them. She in the higher ups. I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. But she noticed my prom suit or whatever. I was like, yeah. I was explaining to her, what I had on. I had got my suit customized. My grandmother's on the back. Today is her birthday. And I took off my jacket. The moment that I took off my jacket, that's when she realized, like, all right, this shit nice. I took it off. My jacket is heavy, y'all. I really wish y'all could see this shit. I might even show this shit to y'all at the end of the shit. On some real shit. Like, my shit was really nice as hell when it was heavy as fuck too. Peep. On my pants and shit, I had designs throughout the shit, and I customized the fucking sneakers. That's what even made it better and bring the piece out. So, alright. Long story short, we all sitting down. I'm chilling with my cousins and shit. More people start to come. Bro, I ain't gonna lie. If you know who I wanted during this time period, as me being a fucking senior, you already know who I had my eye on, bro. It was no faking this shit. But when she came in, I said, damn, you bad as hell. Like I ain't gonna lie. She had that dress on. I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. I ain't gonna say her name. Privacy purposes only, but if y'all know who this is, y'all fuck around, clip this shit and send this shit to her. But you look good as fuck on Prom. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, like, real talk. Alright. So, fast forward, y'all. We about to go into this big ass, it's like a different part of the venue and shit where we getting our foods and stuff like that. We had cocktail drinks, So we get to the part where we about to eat and shit. The waiters come out with like asking us what the fuck we want to order and shit like that. Mind y'all, if y'all work in a restaurant or if y'all at a restaurant, the number one rule is the customer is always right. Alright, so here was my order. I wanted a steak well done, mashed potatoes, and some string beans. yeah, because that was all that was on the fucking plate. All right, now, being that I'm a chef and shit, y'all should already know I'm a little chef in the kitchen. You heard? I'm not gonna say the food was nasty, but that shit was nasty. Like, it ain't had no seasoning. Nah, I'm not, you know what? Actually, nah. It ain't had no flavoring. I don't know what the fuck I was tasting. That shit was nasty. I only ate like 3 bites from that shit. I ain't even take a piece of the fucking steak. So, my job, I'm living off the fucking mashed potatoes and string beans and shit. Fuck. But, yeah. So, it was a little cool or whatever. The venue was nice. You feel me? Alright. Right after we done eating, me and my cousins or whatever, she was like, yo, cut, let's go to the bathroom and shit. You know, let's do some TikToks. I was like, for sure. Everybody in the bathroom now. I'm not gonna say, yeah, everybody was in the bathroom. There was a couple of people that was in the fucking bathroom and shit. So we was chilling. My cousin was like, hey, yo, cut, can you go get my charger for me? My charger in the other place or whatever. Here's where this shit is about to get fucking crazy. So I go and I get the charger and I'm on my way back. Why the fuck am I trying to get into the fucking bathroom? But there's a lady that works at the fucking venue and she is trying to prevent me from getting into the bathroom. I'm talking about putting all 4 corners of this shit up. Like, she's trying to really block me from getting into the bathroom. She said, no, this the women bathroom, this the women bathroom. And everybody in the bathroom was like, yo, that's a whole female. Peep, I know I'm not the only one I know I'm not the only stud that had on a fucking suit on. I know I'm not. Because I know the people that had those fucking suits. So the fact that you did that shit to me, I was mad as fuck for that. Like, real shit. And the whole time, the lady ain't even fucking say sorry. I was mad as fuck. And still to this day, I'm still mad about that shit. Because what the fuck? Like, that shit, I don't know why, but yeah. So, that whole shit blew me or whatever. Alright. I ended up calling my father. I said, yo, Dad, come and get me. I was already ready to go at that fucking point. I ain't even want to fucking stay. The shit was ass around that time. I'm not gonna hold y'all. So, hey, this shit where, you know, it come all together. So, my cousin is already at my house already. My cousin the one that I'm always with, you know what I'm saying? So, he at my house, and I'm about to change, you know, I take a shower, putting in my clothes for the after party. Bro, the minute that we get into the after party, bro, that shit was straight fucking, that shit was lit as hell. I ain't gonna lie, that shit was crazy. I'm not gonna hold y'all. It was hella females in that bitch. It was dark as fuck, but it was hella females in that bitch. But I had my eye on one girl. I'm not gonna hold y'all. I'm not gonna hold y'all. Like, I ain't gonna lie, but you know, she was looking a little good and shit. You know, I couldn't do too much. Y'all feel what I'm saying? I couldn't do too much. Mind that we had a whole function. But I already know how that shit end. But me and my cousin, we ended up leaving like early in the morning. Like, that shit ain't ended till like 3 something. We ain't get back home till it was like 4. We had McDonald's on the way. Whatever like that. Was my job. That food from the fucking venue was nasty as hell. But, you know, prom, that's how it really fucking went. If y'all want my opinion for prom, and this is my opinion, and my opinion, you know, I'm gonna help y'all out for that shit. As far as spending hella money on dresses and suits and a fucking car and a photographer, getting y'all makeup, hair done, all that shit, and buying expensive sneakers, I would say it's not worth it, because it's like you really going to a venue. It's like a big ass party, except y'all not in y'all outside clothing, and y'all in y'all best fucking clothes. You know what I'm saying? Y'all dressed to impress, all that shit. You going to see the same fucking people every day. Y'all going out to fucking eat. Y'all listening to music. It's like a regular ass party, except y'all just dressed up. It ain't worth it. Prom was ass to me. I'm not gonna hold y'all. It don't seem like it was ass, but that shit was ass as hell. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. And from my perspective, like, y'all know how y'all could say that y'all waited all 4 years of high school to get to that fucking peak moment, and y'all was excited because that shit actually happened after you done heard stories and stories and stories and stories and stories about that shit. It ain't all that, bro. I'm telling y'all, save that fucking money and take y'all asses on a fucking trip. Go buy some clothes, get a, you know what I'm saying? Go on a trip, go on a vacation. Y'all feel me? That prom shit is dead. You heard? I'm not even gonna hold you, but that's the end of the story time, y'all. You know, I'm gonna drop some more bangers for y'all. But with that being said, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure y'all won't to make sure that y'all niggas won't miss another fucking video, cause I'm gonna be dropping this year. I ain't gonna lie, I've been playing around, but I'm gonna see y'all in the next video, y'all. So